من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Last couple of classes or last class actually, we did this dua. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اجعلني مقيم الصلاة ومن ذريتي ربنا وتقبل دعاء. And the translation was, O my Lord, or you can say, O my Master, make me an establisher of the prayer and from my children, O our Lord, and accept my supplication, my dua. So inshallah, we will learn the second dua today. ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب or hisabu. We know this already. Rabbana, right? It is the same Rabbana which came in the previous dua over here. Rabbana. So over there we said, O our Lord. There is an invisible Ya. And how we know there is an invisible Ya? Anybody can tell me? How we know?
Rabbana. Rabb should be Rabbuna.
MashaAllah. This is Brother Shifa. Good to hear your voice, brother.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. So Brother Shifa is telling us if there was no invisible Ya, then it should have been what? Rabbuna. So Rabbana, O our Lord. What is this word? Eghfir. Like similar to Ij'al. Ij'al was a failul amr. And Eghfir is also a failul amr. And this is a Hamza which has lost its Zair, its Kasra, because of the merging of Rabbana and Eghfir. But separately, this word is Eghfir. Eghfir is from Maghfirah. We know in Urdu we say Maghfirat. So it's from Maghfirah, forgiveness. So Eghfir, forgive. This is failul number. Oh, our Lord, forgive. And this again, this has come many times already. Li. So this is an attached pronoun. Li is, it starts like this. Lahu, lahum. Laka, lakum. Li. Li means for me. Oh, our Lord, forgive for me. Va. And. Li. For. Walidayya. Walidayya. This is something we need to work on. So wa is separate, li is separate, and walidayya is a separate word. Wa means and, li means for, and walidayya. I think this we can work on this. I actually prepared a separate slide to go over this part, inshallah, to understand walidayya. So to go to understand walidayya, we have to understand this kitabun first. Kitabun, we already know the word kitabun. This is an ism. Kitabun means a book. When we attach it to a pronoun, kitabun plus hu, it should be kitabunhu. Kitabunhu, kitabunhum, kitabunka. But that is wrong. That will be wrong. So what is the process? So kitabun has to go through a processing. Kitabun is an ism which is ending with a noon sound. You see kitabun, noon at the end. Kitabun, it has dammatain, two dammas, two pesh at the end. Kitabun. We have to remove the noon sound from it. So how we remove the noon sound with minimum change? So we have to remove the second dhamma, second page from it. And now it becomes kitabu. There is no noon sound at the end. So kitabun has a noon sound. To attach a pronoun to it, first we have to remove the noon sound from it. Kitabun has a noon sound and kitabu doesn't have a noon sound anymore. So with the minimum change, I remove the noon sound from it. This process is called changing from heavy to light. Kitabun has two dhammas on it. It is heavy. Kitabu has one dhamma, so it is light. So after we changed from heavy to light, now I can attach the pronoun to it. Kitabu plus who is kitabu who. Now this is correct. There is no problem with that. Kitabu plus whom is kitabu whom. And similarly, kitabu ka, kitabu kum, kitabi, kitabuna. So what is the rule? If there is an ism and we want to attach pronoun to it, and the ism has a noon sound at the end, like kitabun, we have to remove the noon sound. And the process of removing the noon sound is called changing from heavy to light. And this light word then can be attached to the pronoun to make the 6 words we already know. So now if I apply the same rule to this word, walidaini, walidaini. What does walidaini mean? Two parents or both parents. Or you can just say parents because parents are normally two, right? Or they are supposed to be two anyways. Walidaini, parents, two parents. So if I attach a pronoun to it, it should be walidainihi. But this will be wrong. Because you see, walidaini has a noon sound at the end. Walidaini, ni. So this is a noon sound at the end. So before I can attach a pronoun to it, I have to go through the same process through which kitabun went. All right. So how I remove the noon sound from this word with minimum change? It doesn't have a page or any double page or anything like that. So the only way I can remove the noon sound is by removing the noon altogether. Right? So walidaini became walidai. So it walidaini was heavy because it had the noon sound. And now walidai is light. It doesn't have a noon sound. So now walidai is ready to be attached with a pronoun. Okay. So walidai plus he, walidaihi. Walidaihi means his parents, his two parents. Walidai plus him, walidaihim, their two parents. Walidaika, your two parents. Walidaikum, two parents of you, you all. And walidai plus ya. Now you see there are two yas. And we merge them together and ya gets a shadda. So walidayya. So walidayya would mean my two parents. And walidayna, our two parents. So this is how the word walidayya was made. Noon disappeared because the noon has to go, because to attach a pronoun to it, the noon sound has to go. And for that, we had to drop the noon. So this is how walidayya is made. Any question on that before I go back to the other slide? Is it clear? It's pretty simple. So now I will stop sharing this one and go back to the other slide that I shared with you before. So walidayya means my two parents. Oh, our Lord, forgive for me and for my two parents or my parents. Va and li, for. Mu'minina. Mu'minina means believers. It's a plural word of mu'minun. Mu'minun is singular. Mu'minuna and mu'minina are the plural words. So mu'minina, it is actually al-mu'minina, the believers. Yawma, a day. Yakumu. Yakumu means he will stand. This is the first word in Mudari of another pattern that we will inshallah learn one day. It is Qama Yakumu. Yakumu means he will stand. Al-Hisabu, the accounting. Hisab is also used in Urdu word. Hisabu means the accounting. Al means the. Al-Hisabu, the counting. So if I combine all this, what it will be? O our Lord, forgive for me and for my parents and for the believers. A day he will stand the accounting. So there is a problem at the end. So how we solve that problem? Actually, there is the inside door here. He will stand. Then he, which is in this word, will be replaced with al-hisabu. So what we will say? The hisab or the accounting will stand. A day, the accounting will stand. O our Lord, forgive for me and for my parents and for the believers. A day, the accounting will stand. Or we can say, the accounting will establish. The accounting will establish. And in the better English, I can say, O our Lord, forgive me and my parents and the believers. On a day, the accounting will establish, meaning the day of Qiyamah. So that's all I have for today. And if you have any question now, we can talk about it. Any question on any word?
I have one.
Who is
Brother
this?
Shabazz, it's Hamid. Uh,
Yes,
so, getting here, we learned this word in the previous lesson. In
hmm
and so when inna is with the alif or hamza, the alif at the end, so it is basically inna na, right?
that's right.
So we
It
are
is actually
combining
Innana.
two noons here, right?
Yeah, that's right. There are
Okay.
three noons actually. Inna has two noons in it with shadda on it,
Uh-huh.
right? And
Okay.
there's a third noon for na. It should be innana, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So inna is a variation of innana.
Jazakallah. Yeah.
All right.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Isn't Al Hisab like a judgment day or like a judge?
Hisab means accounting, calculation.
Okay.
Yeah. On the day of judgment, what will happen?
There be a counter?
Yeah, our good deeds will be counted or weighed against our bad deeds. So our accounting will happen. The of our deeds will make of our deeds on that day.
Okay.
Brother Shabazz, there is request from one student that please revise word by word meaning again.
Oh, okay, sure. I didn't see that. Rabbana, O our Lord, Eghfir. See, it is failul amr. So I have to put a there is a kasra here, which was dropped because of joining of Rabbana with Eghfir. So Rabbana Ghfir. Otherwise, because but alif is, you see this alif is still here, which is actually a hamza. O our Lord, Ighfir, forgive, li for me, wa and li for walidayya, my parents, wa and li for al-mu'minina, the believers, yawma, a day, yakumu, he will stand, al-hisabu, the accounting. If I combine, O our Lord, forgive for me, or you can say forgive me. In English, we don't say forgive for me, but in Arabic, Arabs speak like this. They say forgive for me. So this is um, this is a language issue, right? Li is needed for Arabic, but in English, it's actually not needed. So the translation will be, "Oh our Lord, forgive me," wa, and li for me, and for my parents, and for the believers. Oh, and the believers, a day the accounting will establish or will stand. Hopefully that's sufficient. We can do one, maybe one of us can do it, and then we can go to the other parties. Brother Farhan with us?
Assalamu alaikum.
Brother Farhan?
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Can you go word by word, combine it, and then we will go to the breakout rooms.
Okay. ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب. Rabbana, O our Lord, ighfir, forgive, li for me, wa and li for walidiyya, my two parents, wa and li for me, al-mu'minin, the believers, yom, day, yakum, he will stand, al-hisab, the accounting.
Mhm.
O our Lord, forgive for me and for my two parents and for the believers. Day, uh, uh, the accounting will be established.
Will establish. You are making it passive voice, right?
Yeah.
The
Day.
accounting will establish. We don't say will be established, because that will be a passive voice. It's
Yeah.
not a passive voice verb. It's an active voice.
Right.
So a day the accounting will establish.
Day accounting will establish.
Yeah, inshallah. So that's good. Jazakallah khair, brother Farhan.
Oh,
If
yeah.
there are no more questions, we can go into the breakout rooms.